Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me at this time in this tutorial. So we guys were developing a Minecraft game, right? And this is the second part of this Minecraft game. I've already told you about how to download this Ursina game engine, which you can use, with Python coding, right? So, and also we discussed in the previous lecture how can we create different kind of entities using this simple code which you're seeing over here right now. Let me just run this code and show you what all things this code can give us. So Ursina will give us a beautiful window on which we will get to see some very amazing entities. So that's the window, right? And I'm waiting for the entities to come. Yeah. So these are the two entities which I created in the previous lecture and the code of which I have defined over here. Right. So this code is for, sorry. Uh, yeah, this code is for this red rectangle which you're seeing over here, and this is a simple button. Now if I am hovering this button, so what is happening, the color of this button is changing, see, and the moment I will click this button, the color will change something, the color will change to something else. So now it is turning into a green color brick button, right? And when I'm releasing the button, it is again changing back to a red color brick. So that's what we coded in the previous lecture. And if suppose I want to move this rectangle which is getting reflected right on the top of this Cena window, I can simply press the A button and it will start moving in the left side like this. So, that's what we discussed in the previous lecture. If you guys don't know about this code, please go ahead and do check out the previous lecture in which I covered all these basic things related to Ursina, which are really important for you guys to know before you start developing a beautiful Minecraft game. So I'm removing all these things for now. Now taking these things as base, we will be designing the Minecraft game today, and this is the second part of this Minecraft game, and let me just run this for you guys. So this code, this three-line code over here will create for us, will give us a beautiful window like this. That's the window on which now we will be defining all the entities with the help of which we will be creating our Minecraft game. So let's begin with defining the code. Okay. So the first thing I would like to do here is I would like to create a class, and that class is going to help us in creating the voxel. In Minecraft we get to see some cubes kind of things. So it is basically made up of, it is a class of different cubes, you can say that. So each cube over there on a Minecraft game is a type of voxel. It's known as voxel. Fine. Now, how to create those voxels? If you want to understand that, then you'll have to understand the concept of this class voxel, which I am creating right now. So you can create a class like this on Python, right? And let's pass this button as a parameter to this class. Now it's time for us to define the init function. So that's the way you can define the init function, and the parameter that we are going to make use of is this self parameter. It's time for us to use the super function, and then we can just pass this thing. So I hope you guys are well aware about these three lines of code. If not, please do check out the previous lecture in which I have explained you about these things. So the first thing that I would like to set is my scene. So parent is the property to which I can pass scene as a parameter. Now I need to set the position at which I would like to see the cube getting reflected, the first cube. Okay, so I would like to see it at this position. Fine, and model is going to be cube, right? Okay, and after this Let me put a comma here. I haven't placed a separator, so that's the reason. Placing it now. Okay, it's time for us to define the origin y attribute. So I'm passing 0.5 as a value to this. Right, and then we can define the texture of the cube. So texture is a property that you can put here, and simply you can put white cube. So it is going to be a white cube that I am going to get. Okay, and then sorry, that's the texture, which my cube is going to take. Okay, now it's time for us to define the color of the cube. So I would like to see a white color cube. So color dot white, that's the way you can pass a value to this color attribute. Now, what do you want to change the color to? When you hover this, your mouse over that button. So I would like the color of the cube to change to lime. So that is it, I think. Perfectly fine. I need to put a separator here. Yeah. Let me now run this code and see what is going to happen. So right now I'm only getting a window. Why am I not getting the voxel over here? Because I haven't called this class anywhere. You remember yesterday I told you that once you're done with creating the class or a function, you need to call it also if you want to run it. So how to do that? You can create a what we call it a variable, right? And in this you can simply call the class. So voxel is the name of the class I would like to call, and let's make use of these parentheses. Now if you will run this code, so that's what it will give you. So we are able to see a cube over here, and when I am bringing my mouse over this cube, so the color of the cube is changing to something else, and that something else is a lime color. Right. Now only I'm able to see only one cube here. Okay, if you want to see multiple cubes, suppose, so what you can do, it's very simple. We can make use of nested loop. So let's make use of a nested for loop. So for z in range, suppose you want to create 64 different cubes. You can pass a range of 8 to this first parent for loop, and to this nested for you can pass 8 again. So 8 into 8 is going to be 64, and that's this nested loop will create for you 64 different cubes. But can we get it simply like this? Let's check it out. So if I will run the code, let's see whether we'll be able to get 64 different cubes or not. We are not able to see 64 different cubes. We are still getting only one cube. Now, can you guys tell me why are we getting only one cube? Why are we not getting 64? Because the remaining 63 are behind this first one. We are not able to see it because the position of all the cubes are same. Fine, let me just change the position. So what we can do, we can come up over here, right, and simply besides this cell, let's pass this position 0 comma 0 comma 0. Let's see whether we'll be able to see all the 64 cubes the nested loop will create for us or not, is creating for us or not. So we are still able to see only one cube, the rest are still not visible to us. Okay, let me just change this position to position. So what I am doing here, I'm taking the position from here and I'm passing it as a value to this position attribute. Now if I will run this game, let's see whether we'll be able to get 64 different cubes or not. We are still not able to get 64 different cubes. Now why is it so? That's what we'll have to think, and now we'll have to use some idea with the help of which we can get 64 different cubes. We can see 64 different cubes on the display window. So let's come down over here. We've already tried this position thing, right, with the help of which we can definitely do it, but we are not able to see the remaining 63. We are only able to see one cube on the display window. So what we can do here, where we are calling the class, we can pass a tuple having the values for x, y, and z axis. Let's see whether this is going to help us in getting all the 64 cubes visible or not. So yes, now we are able to see some 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So 8 to 9 blocks are now visible to us. So this code is working, but still we're not able to see the other cubes which that nested loop we defined on the Sublime text platform is creating for us. Now, what is a method with the help of which we can see the whole area? Actually, 64 cubes are there on this display window, but we are not able to see them. So let's call the first player controller, right? That we generally use on game engines. Like, I don't know whether you guys know about game engines or not, but Ursina is a kind of game engine, right? So we there is a thing called first player controller. Let's import the first player controller from Ursina. So the class in which you can find the first person controller is this Ursina prefabs dot first underscore person underscore controller. So that's where you'll find the first person controller, and now we can import the first person controller from here. Let me just check this spelling if everything is fine or not. First person controller, first person controller. Okay, it is perfectly fine. Right, we successfully have imported the first person controller. Now, with the help of this, we are going to create our player with which we will play this game. So we can do it like this. Let's have a variable with name player, and let's put this first person controller over here, and let's put the brackets also. Fine, let me now run this game and see what is this code going to give us as an output. Okay, so see, I have finally got the output. So, that's a 64 squares floor which I'm able to see over here. And, wherever I am putting my this cursor on whichever cube I'm putting my cursor, its color is changing to green. So initially the cubes are of white color. The moment I am bringing my cursor and putting it over any of these cubes, its color is changing to green. Right, so it is an amazing output which that first person controller has given me. Now, I'm not able to close this window. Why? Because if I am moving my mouse, so the display, it's a 3D environment which it has created for us. Now, how to get rid of this window? So we can just change the window. We can switch to this coding platform. Let's close this platform using this option, close window. Right, so that's how you can get rid of this window. That's how you can change the window. If you want to now change the number of cubes, suppose you want to increase the number of cubes and you want to see some 400 cubes on your that display window, you can change these numbers from 8 to 20. And now if you will run the code, so that's what you will get as an output. So now we are getting a floor of 400 cubes, right? And we are able to see the topmost part of this floor, and it is looking extremely beautiful, isn't it? If you really liked it, please do not forget to like and share this video. Okay, fine. Now it's time for us to do something with these cubes which we have created. Let's do that. Let me first close this window. Okay, I'm back. So now what I am going to do, I would like, wherever I click, I would like a new cube to get created over there at that point. That's what we do in Minecraft, right? So let me just define a function in this class voxel. The way we have defined a function this with name init, in the same way I'm going to define a new function which is going to help us in creating a new cube wherever we will click with the help of our mouse clicks, right? So input and self and key, these are the two things which we can pass as the parameters to this input function. So if self dot hover, if the mouse will be hovered on any of the cubes, and if at that particular point when the mouse is above a cube, you know, the left mouse key is pressed. Left mouse key is pressed. So we can do it like this. We can check it like this. Left mouse down. Fine. So these are some things which you have to keep in your mind. And what should happen? A new voxel should get created. So it's very simple. We can again call this method voxel, and where would you like to create a new voxel? Where would you like the game to create for you a new voxel? So its position you'll have to define. So I would like the voxel to get created at the same position where the mouse will be clicked, right? So self dot position plus mouse dot normal, fine, where the mouse is clicked and when the click is released. So as soon as it is released, I would like to see the voxel over there. Let me see whether this code over here will give us the correct output or not. So I am running it again, and you know what is happening now, when I am moving my mouse, I'm able to see the scene also moving along with it. Let's click here. Okay, so I clicked here and I am able to see a new cube. Okay, let me click here. Okay, so again a new cube has got generated, has got created, and it's a green color. The moment I will change the direction of my mouse and will, you know, bring it here, the new cube which got generated, the color of it has changed from green to white. Why? Because my mouse pointer is no more touching that cube. Let me create some more cubes like this. So that's what happens in Minecraft exactly, right? We'll make this game more beautiful, don't worry about that, but just enjoy this 3D thing which I have created using beautiful Ursina game engine. Okay, that is great. So I can create number as many cubes as I want. I can create cubes on these new cubes also. See, I'm able to create as many cubes as I want. I'm now closing this window. It's time for us to now destroy these voxels. So how to do that? The way we use this function for creating the voxels, in the same way we can have a new function, right? We can define a new function, or we can, just have a code like this which can help us in destroying the voxels. So what I am doing here is I'm copying this code and I'm putting it over here. Now I would like to check whether the user has pressed the right click or not. So the moment the right click is down, so what should happen? The voxel should get destroyed. So destroy, and we can pass destroy, and here we can pass self as a parameter. Right, let's now see whether I will get the required output or not. So here's the 3D environment. I'm able to move my mouse over this floor, and the moment I will click my right click of the mouse, which is connected to my device, a new cube has got created. If I want to destroy it, I can I can right click this button, this cube, and it just got destroyed. So that's how we can create a new cubes by the left click. And if you want to destroy the cubes, I can simply use my right click. I can simply use my mouse's right click. So that is amazing, right? Let me now come back on my coding panel and check the comment section if I have anything to answer. Okay, so that's the whole code. Let me just show you the whole thing. Fine. And now I am checking the comment box. If you have any queries, please do let me know about the same so that I can help you guys in resolving the issues you have related to the code I have defined here on this amazingly beautiful Sublime Text platform. And please do not forget to like and share this video and make it reach to the maximum students possible. Thank you very much in advance for all the support, for all the love you are showing to our videos. Okay, so I am not able to see any comments in the comment box. I hope you uh, have understood each and every line of code which I have written over here. Please do not forget to watch the third video, which I am third part of this Minecraft game. I will be shooting it tomorrow at the same time. Please be there with me to enjoy this amazing Minecraft game. Right. Thank you very much for being there with me in this tutorial. Have a great day ahead. Bye bye everyone and take care.